Hey everyone, and welcome to Hungry Heath's channel, where we talk about some great recipes. And of course, join us live every Friday night for our Friday night feast, where we cook a recipe live and then sit down and have a little chat and chew and talk about the dish and just catch up with everybody. And it's a lot of fun. So join us 6:30 Central Friday nights. So today, what I'm going to be making for you is called Thai Basil Beef. So I've always loved Thai food. Usually it's got good umamis with different flavors and spices. And anytime I would go to a Thai restaurant, I'd always tell them, look, they would ask you your level of spice from 1 to 5. And 5 being the spiciest, and I would tell them, look, I want a 5. Like, if you could give a 5+, let's do that, because I want it as spicy as possible. And they would always be like, but it's Thai food. It's really spicy. I was like, I want to do it. Let's do it. So I always enjoyed Thai food. But since we've been keto, Thai food has a lot of sugars, starches in it. And so it's hard to find real clean Thai food, especially at a restaurant. So I decided, well, I'm going to go ahead and make a dish. Now, if anybody's been following us, currently we're staying at a hotel. That's why I've got my decorative background. Instead of the wall of flame, we have the wall of our door. And so we only have a skillet and a microwave. So we're kind of limited on our options. He loves to smoke. He loves to use his Blackstone, the oven. We have all those great different appliances and options at our house. But here at the hotel, we only have a couple things. So we're really trying to get creative with our food dishes. And this is one I thought of that sounded really good. We like to shop at Kroger. It's one of the major grocery stores here. And they have this shaved beef. And it's basically really thin shaved. It's probably a sirloin, I imagine. But it's 100% beef. There's nothing else in it. The ingredients, it's just beef. That's it. No salt, nothing, just beef that they've shaved up. And it's like a 14-ounce package, which is great for Heath and I. It's really good. There's a lot of great recipes you could do with this. And I thought, well, let's do it with some Thai and do this little spin. It'll be a little skillet dish. Now, we're probably just going to eat it in a bowl as is, but I've been watching other things in that you can make like either cauliflower rice to serve it over, or you could do what is now being known as an egg fried rice option if you choose to. But I think this will be great just in a bowl, and it'll have all the great flavors that Thai is known for, and certainly something different. So I hope you join me along and make this wonderful dish with me. And if you do, let me know what you think of it. For our Thai basil beef recipe, what you're going to need is fresh basil. You do want some fresh basil. And then I'm going to use this shaved steak that we get from Kroger. It's really nice. It's already shaved up. Of course, you can thinly slice some beef if you want, but this is just really convenient. We get a package of it, and I think it's like $6-7, and it's about a pound. It's 14 ounces. And then for the sauce that's going to make this the Thai sauce, you'll need lime juice, some chili paste. I'm not going to add onions or bell pepper, so instead I'm going to use my onion salt for Redmond's, the garlic powder. I am using some fish sauce, liquid aminos instead of soy sauce, or you could do coconut aminos or tamarind, and then some brown sugar by Swerve. So it's the fake brown sugar, and that will make the sauce. So when we come back, I'll show you how we put together the sauce for this wonderful, tasty Thai dish. Now that we got all of our ingredients together, I'm going to start putting it all together in one dish. I'm going to make the sauce first. So I want to make this sauce, and then I want to kind of marinate my beef in it for like an hour or two before we're ready to cook it. So let me move this over. Our nice, wonderful kitchen here. There we go. All right. So I've got my little measuring cup. I brought this from home. And what we're going to start off with is it calls for a tablespoon of brown sugar. So I'm going to put this in here. And this is the Swerve brown sugar. Okay. And then after that, on your soy replacement sauce, you want 2 tablespoons, because again, this is really what's a good foundation for the sauce is a soy. So I'm using the liquid aminos, and this is what the one-off one. You need 2 tablespoons. Okay, and add that on top of the brown sugar. Now, what I always do is, again, we're limited here. I've got 1 measuring spoon. So I wanted to start off with my dry ingredient first for the measuring spoon, and then that way all the other liquid stuff is okay to then start and add to that. And that way I'm not dirtying a whole bunch of spoons. So that, and then we're going to do lime juice. Oh, this might be a brand new one. Okay, let me stop. I've got to open a couple things here. Ooh, yeah, look at the chili paste. Let's do that. So 1 tablespoon of chili paste. This is such an easy recipe because everything is like an equal 1 tablespoon. The only thing that isn't is our soy replacement. Everything else is 1 tablespoon. So I got that. And then I did get some fish sauce. The only thing with this is the fish sauce does have a little bit of sugar. If you can see the ingredients, it's the very last ingredient, but it's less than 1 carb for a whole tablespoon. So to me, this is going to be for both him and I. So we're getting less than half a carb each, and that's probably not all of the sugar. Really, fish sauce is like anchovy or and then some salt, you know, like anchovy sauce. I'm sure if I wanted to look further, I could probably find a clean one, but you know, right now we're kind of have limited supplies where we're at. And in fact, when I went to Sprouts, this was the only fish sauce that they had. So I'm going to cut for a moment to open this in my lime juice, and we'll be back. Okay, so I got my fish sauce opened up, and it just comes out a little drop at a time. So I sped up, and I got a tablespoon of that, and then a tablespoon, of lime juice. Of course, you could do fresh, but sometimes, since we don't really use limes or lemons that much, it's just easier to buy the 100% concentrate of lime juice. Add that in. And so that's, so again, 1 tablespoon, 1 tablespoon, 1 tablespoon, 1 tablespoon, and then 2. And then I'm not going to do, let me put that right here. I'm not going to do any onions or bell peppers. Now, if you're more keto and you're fine with that, then certainly you could do probably about 1/3 cup of onions. You would want to slice some julienne and some bell peppers. Instead, I'm just going to use the Redmond's Real Salt Onion Salt. I'm just going to add probably about a teaspoon. Let me open that up. Put that in there. And then you can do fresh garlic, or we're just going to add some garlic powder. Ooh, about a teaspoon. Oh, that smells so good. Who else loves the smell of garlic? I don't know why, but it just always smells so delightful to me. Okay, then I'm just going to stir this up. Get it nice and stirred there. You can see. It smells really good. You basically want to keep stirring until that brown sugar has dissolved. Oh, yeah. Oh, the smell with that chili paste, that's going to add a good little bit of heat to it. Now, of course, if we had it, I would add some red pepper flakes, you know, depending on how spicy you want to get your dish. But this will be good. And let me just taste just a little bit of this. Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. You get the saltiness from the fish sauce. It gives just a little bit of that twang of the fish. And definitely pick up the soy flavors and the acid from the lime juice. And then a nice little finishing kick. It's not going to be real spicy because we just did a tablespoon of the chili paste. And I will probably add, for us, because we do like it spicy, I'll add another tablespoon when we go to cook this. And then, of course, the brown sugar gives just that little note of sweetness. So that's a really good combination. And then what I'm doing now is I'm going to get my beef. And I'm going to open this up. Oh, yeah, that's good. Look how nice that shaved beef is. And what I like about this, I can get this off. As you'll notice, it's, see, nice little shaved parts. So this is like perfect. So I'm just going to kind of loosen this up. I've got a sink right here. So after I do this, I'll wash my hands. But just try to like kind of break this up a little so that the sauce can get into everything. Alright. Let's do that. And then what I'm going to do is just kind of slowly drizzle my sauce over. Oh yeah, that's going to be so good. It's going to get into all of the meat and really start infusing that with all of the flavors. Alright. So let me do that. And then I'm going to stick this in the fridge. I'm going to cover it up and I'll stick it in the fridge for about 30 minutes to an hour, 2 hours at most. Welcome back. So it's been about 2 hours since our meat has been marinating in that sauce. I went ahead and got a skillet, the only skillet we have. But I have it heating up on about medium heat. And after pouring the sauce over, I decided it's not quite saucy enough. So I made one more serving of that Thai sauce. And this is just going to go in as kind of a finishing sauce to this. So let's get started cooking up our beef. Okay, you can see my skillet's nice and hot. One way to test if your skillet's hot enough is you put your hand about an inch or so away, and you should be able to feel the heat, and you should be able to hold it there for more than a minute if it's really hot. So that's perfect. And what I'm going to do is add the beef and then have on hand your basil so that you have that ready. So let's get this beef in here. Now this is that shaved beef. Ooh, listen to that. Now, because this is shaved, I'm just trying to separate it in here. Now, if you decide to use strips of beef, then you probably will have more of this separated, where you're not going to have to separate that much with your spatula. But because this is all shaved together, I need to do this. So let me go, let's see. Let me get a spoon here, just to help me separate all of that yummy meat. Oh yeah. And because this is shaved, so if you do have a Kroger or if your local grocery store, if they offer the shaved beef, that's awesome. And then just keep in mind, it doesn't take long to cook because it's so thin. Like this is, if you were to go to the deli, it's like getting it on like a 1 or a 2. Which to me, I really like it this way. It makes it so quick and easy to cook up a really good, healthy dinner with the beef, because this isn't going to take more than 10 minutes to cook everything up. And I'm just going to keep separating this and stirring it, and it should only take me another moment to get this done. My meat is now cooked through, so what I'm going to do is add the second serving of the sauce. Just going to stir it up, because I've had this marinating in the fridge the same length of time. I'm going to pour this over here. Get all of that yumminess out of here. It smells so good. Wow. We really need somebody to invent smell-o-vision, because that smells so good. And I'm just going to stir this sauce in. And you should have a good amount of sauce already from when you marinated it. But to me, this just adds a little extra in there to really bump up the flavors. Oh, yeah. Goodness, it just smells so good. I can smell the coconut, or the liquid aminos rather. I can smell the lime juice, the brown sugar. All of that is just coming together so nicely. And then, now since this is all cooked, the last part is your basil. So these are all the basil leaves. Now it's up to you how whole or chopped you want them. I'm going to, these I noticed they're pretty big segments down here. Well, we don't want all of those stems. So I'm going to rip some of the stems off. And just kind of roughly chop it. You don't want to do it too much because you don't want to bruise it that much. And each of these packets were about 2/3 of an ounce. So that's about what I'm adding here. Oh, it smells so good. I love the smell of fresh basil. Oh, so intoxicating. It's just really nice smell to it. Okay, get these little ones in here. Gosh. And each time you like rip it or cut them open, that's releasing some more of those oils, which is giving you that aroma. Oh yeah, this is perfect. And then you just kind of stir that in. You just want to get the basil wilted in here. Now, of course, you can add more basil. It's all up to you on how much you want, I don't want to overdo it with the basil. Because, you know, this is basically, you want to keep it as carnivore as much as you can. Oh, it smells so good, though. Okay, I'm going to add one more little section here of my basil. Just get that added in. Oh, that'll really add another depth to this dish because basil is so aromatic. And then it's got just, not really spice, but it's got a little, I should say like a little tingle of flavor to it. Oh yeah, that's good. Perfect. To me, that's enough basil. If you want to add more, you certainly can. Especially if you're more keto, you could do a little more. And we're going to eat this just as in a plate rather. But it would be good served on top of cauliflower rice or the carnivore egg rice or even some zoodles if you wanted to do that. But honestly, I feel like this is really good just on its own. And it's got a real good, that sauce is kind of thickened up in there. Oh yeah, this is perfect. So this is what I call done. See, what did that take me? Let's see, yep, it's been going on for 5 minutes that we recorded here. That's it. Very easy, simple, quick weeknight dinner. So I'm going to plate this up, and then I'm going to get us to taste it and tell you what we think. All right, it's taste time. I've got my #1 taster. I've got my plate. Here we are. We're hotel on the couch. Right?
Perfect. What up, Joe and Rachel? A little homage.
Right?
That is money.
You cheated. You tasted before I got to. Okay, let me try.
Oh, my goodness. That is so good. Only way that may have set this off a little better is if we added some mushrooms to it. But the store we went today didn't have any. But we'll do it next time. We are making this again. And this is beautiful.
You definitely get the spice in it. I did add a little extra of the chili paste. You really taste that. You could taste the little hint of sweetness, right?
Yeah.
What else do you taste?
Greatness. You knocked this one out of the park again, baby.
Greatness.
She let me try a little bit of the sauce when she was making it up for the marinade. I told her, you know what? This would be awesome on chicken, pork, and maybe even shrimp too. I want to get back home, fire up the Blackstone, and do a little bit of each. Kind of almost like a hibachi style grill. I think that'd be really good. I'm looking forward. This is going to be awesome. I'm going to shut up and eat.
Tell me, get a piece of the basil and see what you think of that.
Everything looks just dark, the same colors. The lighting in this room is awful.
It's right here is a piece of basil.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. Y'all see that? A little green sliver? I don't know if it shows up on the camera right, but I'm going to dunk in here and get some more of this meat. This is amazing. Look, some are dripping off too. This is awesome. Wow. Where did you learn to cook so good? This is great. On a little rinky-dinky 2-burner stove too. Just goes to show, folks, you don't have to have something big and fancy to knock out good victuals. This is awesome. So tender, unctuous, so flavorful.
Good layers of flavors in it.
Yeah.
Because I take little bites and I get like that saltiness from the fish sauce. I didn't add any extra salt. This is just straight from the sauce that I made.
Good job.
So you catch that saltiness and then you get the heat, and then the sweetness kind of soothes out the heat of it.
Yeah. This is...
And then the smell of the basil. Do you smell that?
Mm-hmm. The whole little hotel room here is just full of that aroma.
Yeah, that's so good.
I was doing laundry earlier. It's a couple of doors down from our room. And just walking back to the room, I could smell it.
Mm-hmm.
I hope the neighbors are jealous, because this is awesome.
So you definitely make this at home. All you need is a skillet. That's it. And you can create this dish. Definitely, if you decide to make it, if you put on Instagram, tag The Hungry Heath on Instagram or on Facebook, Hungry Heath. We love to see everybody's recreation photos. It really makes our day when we hear people say that they did one of our recipes.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, you're making our recipe. That's amazing.
Y'all make me blush when y'all do that. So thank you.
Yes.
Because I'm just a dude cooking at home or
At a
hotel room. Like I've said before, I'm just self-taught. I ain't nobody special, but y'all look at my stuff and like it, and that makes me feel amazing. Thank you.
And so, make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Yes, ma'am.
Watch another video of ours. Definitely like the video, and please leave us comments. Likes and comments really help boost our channel.
Yeah.
And we're really trying to up our subscribers and get more view time. So it's something fun we enjoy doing.
And don't forget, on Fridays, every Friday at 6:30 Central, we do the Friday night feast. Shelly and I will fix some kind of entree, some kind of snack or something. Show y'all how to do it. And then we'll sit down and chew the fat with you. We like to call it our chat and chew. Usually they last about 2 to 3 hours. We're just sitting there visiting with our friends while we're eating our dinner.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
Just stop in, tell us hi,
Mm-hmm.
and give us ideas. We'd love to hear ideas of what we should make on a Friday night. What do y'all want to see?
All right, we'll see y'all later, because I got to finish eating this goodness.
Mm-hmm.
That's me pushing the button.